Got my guitar, I've got my wine. Where we can go, live by the sea, swim in the ocean.
I got no cash, but I've got the time to pack the axe in that truck of mine. Drive it slow down the coast, follow the road that leads to Johanna. Where the wildflowers grow, where there is no one to stop them growing strong. I'll fill that old farmhouse with old-fashioned things, lost hopes and broken dreams.
Welcome to Road to Vino and welcome to the Eden Valley. It's not very far from the Barossa, but you could not be in more different country, could you?
No, this is high country. It's like 500, 600, 700 metres above sea level. It is a completely different countryside. And we are standing on 2,500 acres of the greatest land in the Eden Valley.
Look at this, it's beautiful. This is cattle country. This is Riesling and Shiraz and
Just a little bit of Chardonnay.
this is perhaps one of the most iconic Chardonnay producers in the country, and we're pretty hungry after a big night in the Barossa.
Yes,
So,
we need some more food.
We might scoot on up and have a bite to eat, but this is it. Welcome to Eden Valley.
And welcome to Mountadam. G'day, how are you?
David, Andre, Justin from Road to Vino.
Nice to meet you, David.
What place?
Have a look at this view.
Oh, g'day.
Con, how are you? Justin.
The guy who set this up, I don't know if you're familiar with the story, David Wynn.
Yeah, well, we
He
have heard about it.
camped out in a caravan, not too dissimilar to your lovely bus. Camped out in a caravan and sort of thought about where he was going to plant and where he was going to build his house. And I mean, just look at that. I don't think
Picked the right spot, didn't he?
I don't think he got much
Do you reckon-
wrong.
is
Gave
that-
it a lot of thought.
Is that when he invented the cask? Why? Because do you reckon he was sitting in his caravan? Shit, I've got no corkscrew. And we got it, and that must be a better way.
It sounds very unglamorous to think that he invented the cask, but I mean, without the cask, we wouldn't be where we are now.
Well, I wouldn't be.
Exactly, in the sense that
Yeah, I wouldn't have got through my teenage years. And this is from the Wynn's family.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's Mr. Wynn, isn't
The
it?
Winds of Coonawarra.
Yep.
David Wynn was brave enough to defy the convention of the day of planting in the bottoms of valleys. He'd seen that it was about, the best vineyards in the world were on the sides of hills.
Yeah.
So he came to the spot and planted up at 600 metres above sea level. And again, a real measure of his genius, in my opinion, is the fact that he was willing to plant a variety nobody had heard of, Chardonnay. So this is Australia's first cool climate Chardonnay vineyard.
We're big Chardonnay fans, so
Oh, good. Well,
yeah, we're going massive.
I look forward to showing you something.
Chardonnay and Riesling, so we're doing it right here in
we
Eden Valley,
picked
aren't
Eden.
we?
We picked a good spot.
You're in good company. This is what it's famous for. Yeah. Well, cheers.
All right, cheers. Thank you so much.
Good to meet you guys, and thanks for inviting us to your home.
Cheers.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So what makes this site, in particular, make great Chardonnay?
Well, it's a combination of not only vine age,
Yeah.
So these are
but
30,
everything.
40-year-old vines then.
Planted in 72, so
What a
38.
year. What a year.
Oh, God, not again.
Magnificent year. For combis, for port, for Chardonnay. So David, cattle farming or grape growing, what ages you quicker? What's the more thankless?
They're very similar. They're both
Hard as shit.
Was it cattle country before you moved in?
yeah.
They were, right, okay.
The Wynns used to have a cattle stud
Right.
when David Wynn was alive.
And what about this son of his?
Adam.
Yeah. Selling it to Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
obviously.
that's obviously family reasons, and I don't really know what what happened then, but it was sold to Louis Vuitton in 2000, and we purchased in August '05. As soon as I saw the place, I fell in love with it, and the vineyards are part and parcel of it, but so was the property, so was the ability to graze here.
Thank goodness, because it was running into a little bit of trouble in terms of wine quality for a while there, wasn't it?
Is this, are we...
Yeah, I'll just say it.
Oh, perhaps I'll stop now.
No.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah. And these are all opinions, I must add, simply my own observations. I think once David passed away, perhaps the passion for the property had passed with him.
So the story, as I understand it, is that David Wynne had this cutting of a Chardonnay vine that has this link back to a cutting brought into the South Australian colony in the 1860s. So pre-phylloxera out of Burgundy. So it doesn't actually, it wouldn't exist in Burgundy anymore, in France anymore. Right. But somewhere around 5 years after David took the cutting, that vine, that whole area of the Adelaide Hills and Marble Hill got destroyed by a bushfire. So the original vine that David Wynne took it from doesn't exist. So it's only planted here. I'm not going to show you which vineyard it is either. So.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe the story when I heard about it. And so I did all my homework, and we even employed a historian to go through the records in the state library, and he confirmed that Chardonnay was brought into the colony by by Davenport, and he encouraged a French winemaker to come in at the time, a guy called Edmund Mazur. So to think that this has survived all that journey is very special.
We might
I'm starving.
turn to eat. Can I make a suggestion?
Please.
You can try the rest.
It was a big night at Barossa last night.
Pretty much ate a whole
Over the toys now. Look at the spit.
It's very, very pink inside. Have a look at it.
Yes, the light is so with it.
Let's drink some of this. This is Patriarch Shiraz. I love the significance of this wine too. I know David Wynne passed away on the estate. We've heard, he had a heart attack and passed away here. What was that, mid-90s sometime?
Out farming.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And his wife went out to call him for lunch, and I think he was tending some tomato bushes he had growing.
Let's have a toast
To David Wynne.
Where the wildflowers grow, where there is no one, stop them growing strong.